I think part of this is across the federal government and even working with states, we need to be smarter about who's doing what around the Internet of Things. David mentioned earlier about FirstNet. When you take emergency responders, the FirstNet piece of it, tie that into transportation, tie that into emergency responders, and how about the person that's there during a disaster that has a sensor because they have a heart condition, and how do the emergency responders get to that person? How do the medical personnel get there? How do they know that that road is clear? And you can tie in all of these elements in these sensors, this Internet of Things, to be smart about how you get to that person and how you do that. That's on a much bigger scale, but when you look at the space across the federal government, there's a lot of interplay between what we're doing, and not just the government, but with industry and with the states. So looking at it from a bigger picture, a couple of weeks ago, we were doing some work around some of the data that we get, safety data and those kind of things. And the question came up, and this is about being creative with information. Right. The question came up, what states are collecting mileage when people go get their emissions checked? How do we tie that into transportation? Well, who gets that emissions data? What does EPA get? So we reached out to the EPA to find out what they were getting from the states to be able to tie that in to some things that we're looking at to tie into our data in transportation. So when you start looking at all these pieces and parts, that broader look and knowing what's going on with other agencies across the federal government and the states, how the states are moving data, how that's being fed in, I think is just incredibly important to be able to tie that in. And, ultimately this goes to ladders of opportunity for the citizens that are out there, better opportunities and services across the board.
Absolutely.